It's getting real, boys. For the first time, we got to see gameplay of College Football 25, and it looks absolutely amazing. So EA dropped their gameplay deep dive today, their first of multiple deep dives. Next, they're probably going to do like Dynasty and Road to Glory and go through the game modes. But today was the gameplay, and that's what you're watching right now on the screen. So we're going to go through the blog post and the video and talk about everything that has to do with this gameplay for College Football 25. So first up is the new wear and tear feature, which you can see on your screen right now. And this is all about a player's health and fatigue. Within the system, every limb and body part of a player is linked with unique attributes. For instance, if your quarterback's throwing arm receives a significant hit, you'll notice a decrease in your throw power and accuracy. So as you can see right here, Clemson running back Maffa, you can see his chest has severe damage to it. And because of that, his risk of injury is severe. And quick side note, I don't know why it says he plays for Georgia. There are a few bugs and errors that people pointed out. Hopefully all this will be fixed by the time the game releases. Anyways, here is another look at the wear and tear system. You can see these different body parts are highlighted more severely than others, meaning they are more damaged than others. And as your player gets hit more and plays more, this is going to go up and his risk of injury is going to go up. And since certain attributes are tied to these body parts, if your ankle's banged up, you probably won't be able to cut as well, or you won't be as fast, or your acceleration's going to be slower. And I think this sentence right here from the blog kind of sums it up. It's not just about the immediate win anymore. Now you have to consider long-term health and performance of your team. So if you're just playing a play now game, it won't be as important. But if you're playing Dynasty, this is going to be a big deal because you want to make sure your quarterback isn't banged up midway through the season. And that's where strategic substitutions are going to come into play. You're going to want to make sure you're getting guys breathers and the ability to rest up before the next game or even throughout the game you're playing. So overall, this is going to add a huge element to College Football 25. You can't simply drop back and throw the ball 50 times a game because your quarterback's probably going to end up getting severely hurt. It's going to increase realism, and the team management is going to be really important. Now, I think the next biggest thing that's going to be in College Football 25 are these new physical and mental abilities. So as you can see right now on your screen, there are a bunch of them. In fact, there are 80 abilities in this game, and each ability has a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum level to it. So you can read a lot of them off this list right here. I see house call, dot, bouncer, play action, shield. There's a ton of them. So like I said, they're introducing 80 abilities, and these abilities are purely situational boosts, and there are no guarantees. And these are different from the X factors in Madden because they are a guarantee. Like if you have a certain X factor in Madden, it's 100% going to happen. And like I said, these are physical and mental abilities. They are further broken up into 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. The most a player can have at any given time is 5 physical abilities and 3 mental abilities. And you can see good examples of these in the deep dive right here. Sidestep, improve fakeouts on juke moves, and you can see the Georgia running back make a great move there. Here we go again, ball hawk, improved break on throw ability, and you can see the Michigan DB here have a great break on the ball. Here's a great look at Travis Hunter. You can see all of his 8 abilities there on the right, and then on the left it shows his 3 specific mental abilities: fan favorite, best friend, clear-headed. The fan favorite ability increases his composure gains at home. The best friend actually increases his quarterback's composure gains on a first down catch, and then clear-headed, protection from composure losses. And then we can see his physical abilities here on the left: sure hands, improved standard catches, 50-50, improved jump ball ability, double dip, improved double move routes, layout, improved dive catches, and recoup, improved fatigue recovery. So it's really cool to see these abilities so far in College Football 25. I think they're going to be very similar to badges from NBA 2K. And here's a great example of the different tiers for these badges. If you take a look at Workhorse, which is currently highlighted, it's a physical ability. The bronze level is slight protection from wear and tear effects when colliding with other players. But then you move over to silver, moderate protection from wear and tear effects when colliding with other players. Gold is significant protection, and then platinum is ultimate protection. And you can pause it and read those other ones up there, but you can see they obviously get better from bronze to platinum, and you would like your players to have the platinum versions of those abilities. And when you're lined up for a play, you can go into coach's vision, which will show your composure and your badges in different aspects of your players, so you can see where they currently stand. So you'll know if you need to sub a guy out, or if there's a guy with a certain badge that you might want to throw the ball to. But I think those two things we just went over, the wear and tear system and the new player abilities, are going to be the two biggest features in this game. It's going to completely revamp this gameplay. So it's going to be significantly different from Madden. So hopefully that, silences the people that keep saying this is a Madden reskin. But it's also going to be significantly different from NCAA 14 and 13 and 12 and all those games that we're used to. And listening to people and reading articles from people that actually got to play the game last week, it sounds like there's a pretty big learning curve with these new features. It takes a little time getting used to, but I think once we do get used to them, we're going to appreciate them a lot. It's going to completely, like I said, revamp this gameplay and make it new and refreshing. They've also made significant improvements to the option in this game. I'm really excited for RPOs. So the blog says the changes to the pole mechanic simplifies your reads while also making RPOs much more usable. If you don't touch anything, the quarterback will simply hand the ball off to the running back. In an RPO scenario, if you want to bail from the read and the run, press A, and then if you want to hit the receiver, you can simply press the receiver's corresponding button immediately to throw. So it sounds like the option offense is simply just going to make more sense and maybe be easier to use, but they also talked about how the defense is going to be improved, especially the AI defense. So you're actually going to have to read the defense and make the right read. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a bad play. Speaking of the defense, this sounds really cool right here. With the removal of base alignment, we wanted to put our time and effort into improving alignment, along with giving players the ability to disguise your coverages. In play call, use RS while in formation view to command your secondary to position in a range of cunningly disguised looks. These can range from high pressure cover 0 blitz to backed off cover 4 look. Essentially now we're going to be able to disguise our coverages. We can make the defense look like it's something that it's not. It's just so much more realistic because now instead of it just looking like you're in cover 2 because you're in cover 2, you can be in cover 2, but then it looks like you're sending out an all-out blitz. And I think it's going to make the games a lot more competitive. Next up, we have home field advantage. Firstly, we aim to pay off and differentiate the top environments in college football. The differentiation involved two core elements, audio and in-game modifiers. Modifiers are effects that disrupt your gameplay both pre and post snap. For instance, you might experience squiggly lines, play art appearing incorrectly, audibles and hot routes failing to register at higher rates, or receiver icons fading in and out during a crucial moment of your game. So you can see here they brought back the OG stadium pulse for home field advantage. And a lot of the modifiers are going to be things that we've seen in the past, like the squiggly play art or player icons missing, routes missing, and apparently even hot routes and audibles can fail because the players actually can't hear what's going on because the crowd is so loud. The second part of this is the confidence and composure of the players, and this goes into the abilities of the players. If they don't have good composure, this home field advantage is going to affect them more than the players with the abilities that have high composure. So I love how a lot of these features kind of play on top of one another. They're intertwined, and so you need players with good abilities to combat the home field advantage. But it's awesome because obviously Death Valley is going to be way harder to play in than Sam Houston State Stadium. And I think that's going to be captured in this game. Now, they also implemented a new passing mechanic in College Football 25. The most noticeable thing is the new throwing meter that you can see over the receiver once you start throwing the football. So you can see Tennessee quarterback Nico right here trying to throw it over to his receiver on the left. And the meter shows a blue section, a yellow section, and a red section. As you increase from the blue section to the yellow section to the red section, the accuracy of the ball is probably going to get worse. But the trade-off is the longer you hold it, the harder of a throw it is. So you might need to zip it in there and hold it down really long, but if you get too far in the red, you might throw a very inaccurate ball and throw an interception. And you can see on the clip here from Jalen Milroe throwing it to his receiver, they barely held down the meter, so it threw a softer, more of a lob kind of pass. The size of these colored areas on the meter will be dependent upon how good your quarterback is and his abilities, plus if he's being pressured or throwing off his back foot or other scenarios like that. When it comes to hot routes, there's 12 hot routes we can choose from when we're changing a receiver's route. And they're also introducing custom stems, a new feature that allows you to adjust the distance of a receiver's route while hot routing. Press and hold L1 or LB to start adjusting. Move the left stick to modify the distance by a single yard, or the D-pad for alterations in 5-yard increments. And you can see that being used right here. They make this dig route go 5 yards further down the field. There's also a new kicking meter, which I'm pretty excited for. There's 2 bars, one that moves left to right. You need to line it up in the middle where it's green. And then the second arrow is the power bar. So it combines accuracy with power and allows you to either kick a really good field goal or a really bad field goal. On the defensive side of the ball, they added the switch stick, which allows you to quickly change to a different defender. So instead of clicking B to cycle through the players, when a play is going, you can flick your right stick towards a defender that you want to change to, and it will automatically switch you to that defender, and then you can start controlling him instead. And that is shown in the video playing right now. We also got to finally see the official Play Now screen. It got leaked before, but now we have an HD clear picture of it right here. I know this is a small thing, but the visuals right here, I think EA absolutely nailed. And you can see it says there on the bottom, player and team ratings shown are not final and subject to change. So just because you see Pitt as 90 overall, they probably won't actually be 90 overall when the game comes out, or I at least hope not. There are so many new plays and playbooks. This says this year over 1,500 new plays, more than 50 formations, along with 134 team playbooks have been created to reflect current offensive and defensive trends in the sport. Plus, there are 10 non-team playbooks that are based on play styles such as air raid, multiple, pistol, power spread, option, pro, run and shoot, spread, spread option, and veer and shoot. The point is, there truly is 134 different ways to play this game. Each team's going to have unique plays and playbooks. So when you're playing with Tennessee, it's going to feel like you're playing with Tennessee with that wide formation split. You're going to see the option at Army and Navy, and you'll see the ground pound at Michigan. Like, it's all going to be there. A big focus is up-tempo offense for College Football 25, since college football is so much faster than the NFL. So no huddle is returning. Obviously, that's where you click Y or triangle. You rush to the line. You can still call an audible, but you're not going to huddle up. But there's also a new turbo tempo, and it says, think back to the blur offense days at Oregon. You are essentially trading the ability to hot route and audible at the line of scrimmage for the advantage of the defense not being set. So basically, you can rush to the line. You're going to have already a play that you're going to run, and you can't change the play. You can't change any routes. You just get to the line and go. I touched on it a little bit earlier in the video, but I love what I'm hearing about the CPU. This right here is a great example of the AI being improved. It says the AI is designed to be aware of your player's ratings and abilities. If you have an elite wideout, some teams might double him from the jump or match him with their top corner. This is an example of the best on best matchup strategy enabled by RTC, which stands for real-time coaching, and it's referring to the CPU basically making adjustments in the adaptive coaching of the CPU. And this game sounds so insane, bro. They literally added a variety of 20 different touchdown celebrations, 4 interception celebrations, and 4 first down celebrations. Like, read this right here. It says you can do everything from striking the iconic Heisman pose to literally taunting the opposing crowd with your hand to your ear. There is quite literally taunting in College Football 25. This game is going to be absolutely insane. There's so much more we could talk about in this blog post and in the deep dive video, but we'll leave it there for now for this video. I'll probably have more out soon. While I'm at it, there's a good look at the score bug for College Football 25. I know a lot of people were wondering what that was going to look like. Honestly, in my opinion, that's one of the few negatives from this deep dive. I'm not a huge fan of it. It could definitely look worse. It's not bad, but I was hoping for a little something better, I guess. But that's just nitpicking at this point, not a big deal whatsoever. But like I said, I'll have more videos out soon. Definitely watch the deep dive yourself. Read the blog post. It's super long and super in-depth. I kind of try to just hit on all the big things that will be in this video game. But the gameplay looks amazing. All the new features and mechanics sound awesome. The graphics look beautiful. I think this game is going to absolutely blow our minds. And they'll have more deep dives coming out soon over the coming weeks throughout the summer for Dynasty, Road to Glory, Road to the College Football Playoff, all of it. So follow me on Instagram at BringNCAA Back. I post everything there first, and then subscribe here as well.